the drug grows everywhere in Medellin and Bogota, and you could buy it for $12.
Hey, Jamie Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
Colombia is fantastic, man. It's one of my favorite countries, but I do feel just like any other country, it has its flaws. And one of them is the scams, the Scopolamine. What's your opinion on the Scopolamine stuff? Like,
well, I went viral for getting scoped. Your boy died twice. They brought me back though. The doctor said that my body was very strong, that I was able to fight it back. But October 7th, I got drugged last year. And just like I said, it's all law of probability. So I've been out. I'm not a drinker when I go out, so therefore you can't get me off of drinking. But let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. There was a girl I met about a year prior, and she got mad. She got mad because, I wasn't that type of simp that's just going to give her money. So I found out she had a part of this whole thing. So she got with some others to pretty much, butter me up for one of them to come cook for me randomly. So for 4 months, this girl's like, yo, I want to come cook for you. I'm better than your maid. I'm better than your chef, XYZ. And she was pretty cute. So I was like, you know what? After a while, you kind of give in. You're like, you know what? I do want something different. All right, cool. So she was like, I'm in your neighborhood. I got the stuff already. So I'm just like, all right, she's already there. I'll let her cook it and she can go home. All right. This is where I messed up. Was when she came with another person, another girl. And the number one rule is, if you're by yourself, never be outnumbered. And I know this rule. I even give this rule on my TikTok. And guess what? I messed up, because when they came down to the security, the security even knew something was off too, because usually I don't have people come up like that. And then my dumb self went to the security and just waved them off and said, hey, they good. They can come up. He knew. He was like, something is off. Like, you don't ever be having two people come up, and you don't even be having anybody come up. Because usually when I was dealing with women out in Colombia, I would have a whole nother Airbnb. They don't come to my house.
So you're one of my friends, he actually advised me to get another Airbnb.
Yeah, they don't come to my house.
Okay.
And so my dumb self allowed it this one time. And here's the worst part, bro. I usually have Karina there with me. Karina is like, she pretty much weeds out all the women. She pretty much vets all the women. And how it works is, like, if I'm at the club, I'm like, Karina, I like that one. I'll go say hello to her, and then Karina will come up. Boom. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Karina, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes through and she goes and looks up the Instagram. She go do the work. So usually Karina's there with me 24/7, and we have a whole setup where, like, I'll have Karina at the house, and then I'll have Karina talk bad about me to the girls and then see what they say. So Karina will be like, yeah, I steal from him all the time. And then they'll either tell me that Karina's saying that, which is a plus, or they'll be like, ooh, I want to try to get into XYZ. And then Karina will come over and be like, she got to go. And then that's when I'll be like, all right, hey, I got an Uber for you. You got to go XYZ. And Karina, she usually held me down like that. But this one time I said, Karina, you can go home. I said, Vanessa, you can go home. I said, Diogo, you can go home. And I'm there by myself, right? And so the girls come upstairs, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, this is about to be good. All right. I'm like, did I just fall into a 3? Holy shit. I'm like, I'm thinking with the wrong thing right now. So I'm going upstairs. She's cooking. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That food smelled so good. She was in there chefing up. She put the Scopolamine in the food, because I wouldn't drink, because I was like, I don't really drink like that. So I was like, I don't drink. So she put it in the food. So I'm scarfing the food down, because here's another thing for the people watching. I never eat the food first. I always have them taste it first. Even my maid, she tastes my food first before she gives it to me. All right. I didn't do it today.
Wow.
Like, I literally went against everything that I normally teach. All right. And so, yeah, I ended up eating the food. It tasted absolutely amazing. And then I also missed other signs as well too. Like when she was like, hey, I got you a drink. And I was like, I don't drink. But she was like, oh, yours is the green one. And and she was talking to the other girl, yours is the blue one. I'm thinking about mine. Like, afterwards, how would she say colors if these are the first time we're drinking these cups? So she had that too. So I ended up going to the couch after we ate, and then one's caressing my head here and the other one's caressing me here. And then all of a sudden, my body just sinks down. And I'm like, I didn't eat no edibles because it feels like an edible on steroids. So I'm just sitting, I'm like, I didn't eat no edibles. I don't smoke weed, none of that type of stuff. But I'm just like, I feel good. Hold up. And I remember the last thing I said. I got up, I said, hey, let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. And I woke up pretty much like a week later.
Wow.
And to remember. Obviously, I was still functioning because my friends were the ones saving me. Vanessa found me. If she didn't find me, I'd be gone. My students, they were worried about me because I disappeared for a while. I don't even remember none of that type of stuff. They almost stole about 117,000. They only got away with 10,000, which is good, and some laptops, which is great because I was able to stop it. And I don't even know how I did it. Like, I don't even remember me stopping any of the transactions. Good thing they tried to go through crypto because crypto needs a lot more like show your face, XYZ, blah, 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 blah for a couple of days that I was able to stop a lot of those transactions. But I wasn't able to stop about 10,000 of it, which is cool. I just charged it to the game. But yeah, if Vanessa wasn't there the next day, if she worked a different day, I wouldn't be here. Wow. And because they put it in my food, which is in your digestive system, which means it's worse. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. So they got me to the first hospital. They said I pretty much fought my way to get out of the hospital. I don't remember none of that. And then they said I yanked off everything. And I said, oh, they're about to take everything. I don't remember none of that. And then I don't even know how I got back to the States. My memory was all jacked up. And my memory was jacked up for about a month. And like I couldn't even remember what happened the day before, even after this stuff. When I was officially like coherent, like we could have this call right here, and tomorrow you'd be like, hey, remember the call we had yesterday? I'd be like, I don't remember any of it. Because the after effects of it is you lose a lot of your memory. It does come back later. Like now my memory is good now, but it took a while for my memory to come back. But I don't remember about a good like a week and a half of my life. And yeah, it was scary because I'm gonna tell you guys, if you guys are listening, this is going to save your guys' life. You do know if you're scoped. All right. I didn't have a lot of knowledge in the game of scoping. So if I did, I probably would have been able to save myself, but I didn't know about it. So therefore, what's going to happen is it's going to hit you like steroids, not steroids, but what's it called? Edible on steroids. Your whole body's going to sink in. You got 7 minutes to get them out of your house. You got 7 minutes of power, 7 minutes to do whatever you want. You're good. 7 minutes. If you feel off a little bit, you feel like very droopy and everything, get them out by all means. If you got to throw them out, lock the door and just knock out. Call downstairs. I always tell my people that work downstairs, if I don't come down with the girls, come check on me. I always say that. Always say that. So come check on me. So you got 7 minutes to get them out your house. Call somebody and then knock out. Because you got no power after that. Because how the drug works is you become a zombie. And you will give them anything. So if I came up to you and I was like, hey, bro, I need you to go into your bank account and give me all your money, you're going to be like, all right, got you. And you're going to go do it. You become a zombie. But if you give too much of it, you die. You go to a cardiac arrest. If you give too little, people know you got drugged. So they don't want you to know. So they want to give you the exact amount. So I'm just happy that I was able to survive it and then tell my story so people can actually be saved from it. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, bro, I don't even remember making that video for TikTok.
Wow.
But I'm happy that I did because of the thousands of messages from people all over the world saying thank you. I was so embarrassed when it happened to me. Or, hey, bro, you saved me. I had 3 girls coming over today and it was really sketchy. XYZ. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So yes, I got joked for it for a while. I got called every name in the book. But I mean, I can deal with that because I was able to save a couple of people too. Even women too, bro. I had over about hundreds of women in my inbox. Like, I got scoped. I got XYZ and I was so embarrassed. So,
and that's crazy because like there's always that misconception, I guess, that everyone thinks it's just men that's getting scoped in Colombia. But I've heard many women have. Yeah,
they get it worse. They get R-word and then robbed at the same time. So it's like they get it worse because the drug grows everywhere in Medellin and Bogota, and you could buy it for $12.
Yeah, man, that's scary. But that's why I always tell people, that's why it's always a good idea to, be good friends with the guy downstairs, with the security guard downstairs, man.
I always be paying him, bro. I always be paying him. And I'm like, check on me always. Make sure. And I just put him on payroll. Check on me always. But yeah, Vanessa didn't work that next day, I wouldn't be here.
Well, I'm just glad everything is all right, man. I'm glad, and I'm glad you actually posted about your experience, man, because there's so many guys in the space that it's happened to as well, but they're so embarrassed to talk about it. And it's like, why are you embarrassed to talk about it? It could save people's lives if you do talk about it.
It's embarrassing because you're being taken advantage of, and and you're getting taken advantage of by a woman. So it's like kind of like how do I put it this way? Because I was embarrassed too, because here I am supposed to be this big guy that XYZ, and I just got taken advantage. I was so weak, and that's how we take it. But at the same time, I don't really care what people say. I've been in the limelight for a minute, anyways. I mean, shoot, I'm fine. I was like, if I can save one person with this, I'm good. And then when they started making all those reaction videos on YouTube, I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. But at least somebody's gonna learn from this.
But the way I look at it, man, is all those reaction videos just added to your popularity, man. You know,
it did.
So
it did.
Any type of press is good press. That's the way I view it.
Hey, you know it, bro.
You know, brother. But yeah. Again, I'm happy everything's all right, man. I'm glad you made it out of that that situation, man. Because I've heard horror stories of people that haven't.
And then a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, bro, you got ran out of Colombia." No, guys, I never got ran out of Colombia. I literally stayed there for 7 months after the scope. The reason why I came to Thailand is a totally different story, which we'll get into later. It's a totally different story because I was not supposed to be in Thailand. This is random. But yeah, no, I stayed there for about 7 months later. I have a whole pending case open right now because I know all the people involved. Which goes back to the original thing. The girl that I knew for a year that was mad, she was the one that set up the whole thing. Yeah. And how I figured out it was her was there was a message that came through one of my emails, and she was still trying to get money out of my Remitly, which means she had my phone and stuff. Because they took my phones, all that type of stuff. But yeah, they got all the information. There's one guy involved in like 5 girls, and they all was splitting the money. The only money I did not really get back was my credit cards. They maxed my credit cards, and my credit cards wouldn't pay me back. So I had to take that to the chin. So yeah, no, but I'm just happy I survived. It's money. I can always get money back, so I ain't worried about it. I got my life. I'm good. I was like, I can always get that money back. I ended up making that money back in like a week in the markets because I trade the markets. I'm a big time trader. So I made the money back. So I was like, I'm good. As long as I got my life, I'm good.
Absolutely, brother. You know, absolutely. Yeah, I'm happy.
I started to go out. But yeah, man. Then I ended up staying for about 7 months. And then one of my friends was supposed to come back to Colombia because we do fitness together. He's the one that helped me out pretty much how I got my body today. And I was like, when you coming back to Colombia? He's like, bro, I'm not coming back. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I'm staying in Thailand. I said, quit playing. I said, quit playing right now. Thailand's not better than Colombia, bro. And I was like, I was in my mind. I said, no, I can't cheat on Colombia.